Welcome, 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 welcome to the live tapping experience. I love seeing all your beautiful faces out there. Oh my God, this is my greatest joy. We do these classes once a month now. And so thank you for showing up and creating space for yourself to transform, to learn, to discover, to be the best versions of yourself. It is such an honor to be here with you. Would love to hear in the chat area. Let me know, where in the world are you right now? What part of the planet are you coming in from? I love how international our audience is here. I always love seeing. Okay, we've got India, Arizona, Oklahoma. Wow, Cambridge, Germany, Estonia, Spain, California, Ontario, Serbia. Wow, that's a new one for me to hear. Dragana, good to see you, my love. Sweden, beautiful. Berlin. Oh, this is our beautiful global family. Belgium, people love to heal. All right, so let me just make sure we're all muted. Just make sure your little audio is muted so that we don't interrupt the flow today. But there will be a moment at the end where we all get to unmute and we get to have a little laughter session together. So today I am going to share a practice which is so deep and so important to me in tapping, which is all about slowing down the healing process. So often we want things to be over already. We want to be complete with it. We want ourselves to be away from all the struggle. And so we push ourselves to try to get the results. And sometimes in that practice, we skip over things and we don't get all of the details that we needed to get in order to fully heal it out of our system. So many of us have probably heard or read that healing is non-linear. So I'm wondering if you could have a think about that. Why is healing non-linear? And the reason why is because sometimes you think you're over something and then it pops up later in life for you to process. And the reason it pops up later in life to process is because when you initially processed it, you didn't get all the details. And that's because we rushed, right? And so it's natural to have a nonlinear process with our healing. But if we're going to heal, we might as well try to get all the details so that we have less of that repetition, less of those loops coming into our life over and over again for us to re-look at, for us to re-heal. It's okay because we'll always heal ourselves, because the subconscious would never stop us from looking at the stuff. It's always going to bring it to the surface. So it's fine that it is non-linear, but if you want to really start clearing things out permanently, you do have to slow down. So I'd love to hear in the chat area, who here has been tapping for a while, who here is new to tapping, who here already is a tapping coach or another kind of coach. Would love to kind of understand where you are on your healing journey or on your sharing journey around healing. Okay, beautiful. Nice. We've got some newbies here. New. Beautiful. Carla, been tapping with you for almost 2 years. Beautiful. I love that. 2-year tapper. It's been a year. Nice, Maureen. About 8 years. Old school baby. That shows that it's working. When you commit for 8 years, it means that something is working there for you. Okay, great. So we have a bunch of newbies coming in. Hi, Camilla. Dongja, nice to see you. Oh, around a year. Dream Awake tapping coach Kirsty. So we also have certification programs. So some of the certified coaches are in the field today. Beautiful, Michelle, new. Awesome. Okay, so let's do a little quick recap. If you're new, this is going to help you. If you're not new, then have curiosity, because you always hear new things when other people share it, okay? So basically, when we're tapping, we're going to be stimulating particular parts of the body which are connected to energy points on these energy lines called meridians. When we have a trauma in our life or something at emotional, physical, or mental level is traumatic, these energy lines can get blocked, and all of the prana and all the life force that runs through these energy lines actually create stagnation, and that's when disease can start to happen inside the body. So we're going to be tapping on the points today. You're going to be following along with me as we tap. I use some additional tapping points that some other methods don't use, so you can follow along and maybe even learn some new points. Then we bring in the modern psychology. You're going to speak out loud what your emotions are, what your feelings are, what your memories are. You're going to go deep into allowing yourself to feel everything and speaking what you feel. As you do that, you're lighting up the pathways inside your brain that are holding all the memories and all of the habits, whether that be emotional habits or physical habits, that are creating your reality. So when we clear those out through love, compassion, and empathy, all of that fear that's locked into the nervous system and into the brain tissue can finally relax, and you start to get a healing. In the process, you might start yawning, burping, crying, or hiccuping. Different kinds of things start to happen because you're moving energy at a very fast pace. You're working with the physical body, you're working with the mind, and you're also working with the spirit through all of these spiritual components of love and unconditional love and receptivity and support and compassion, and all this way of holding ourselves through the process, which I consider the spiritual component of tapping. So that's basically what we're going to do. Before we jump into it, I'm going to give you a little overview of what we're going to do so you can kind of see what we're going to focus on today. If you are a coach already, you're already a tapping coach, then you could apply this into your practice. You are going to get the PDF so you can look at it later. There'll also be a replay available to you loves it all. And I just love to see the faces. Thank you for sharing your videos, for feeling the courage to share your face in this experience and making it normal to process emotion in community. So much of the time we feel like we have to hide our emotions from those in our life or go into a little cave and process, but this is changing the paradigm on that and recognizing that every single human being feels emotion. So why not process together in a safe space that actually brings us together in community, helps us realize that we're not alone and that we're all moving through something. I don't think any human being on the planet right now is not moving through some part of their evolution. It's just what it is. We all have lineages of stuff we're clearing, not just the stuff that's in our life, that's happened during our life, but stuff that's been passed down generationally, culturally. So there's lots of stuff that we're all growing through so that we can be our best selves. Awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over into my PDF here, and I'm going to just show you what we're going to get up to today. All right, tapping to speed up the results. This is an important topic. As I mentioned, we all want to get the results, and sometimes getting the results might not fully make sense in how I'm going to share it, but you're going to actually experience it today so you can actually see how what I'm sharing right now really does work. So 3 steps to speed up the results. Slow down the process. Slowing down the process means taking more time, being more present, asking more questions, holding more space to feel. The more we allow ourselves to feel, the more stuff can bubble up so that we can clear it out. When we are moving really fast, when we are asking someone to move through the process really fast, they're not having enough spaciousness to sit with the feeling. So today, I'm going to really ask you to take time to feel, because all of that emotion is trapped inside the system. We need to give it space to come out. Then we want to get really detailed about the emotional, mental, and spiritual struggle that's happening. And the detail really is in looking at each individual piece. So when a trauma hits, it could be a big trauma, it could just be someone laughed at you at school when you had to do a public speech, for example. All of that impacts the system, whatever it is. And so in tapping, rather than brushing over it with a bunch of love, we want to go into it with love. So we want to find those little moments where you contracted, those moments where you picked up those limiting thoughts, those moments where you started to decide that it wasn't safe, those moments where you started to doubt yourself, those moments where you shut down. We want to go into each of the moments in the specific struggle, in the specific memory, and we want to bring love to each individual moment. And this is what it means to really heal things from the root. When we can heal things from the root, we stop getting the repetitious loops. that continue to happen in our life. And those repetitious loops, they show up in those limiting thoughts, they show up in lack, they show up in defense, they show up in procrastination. All of these things are because of the unresolved stuff in the background that's living in the subconscious. So a lot of the time, if we're not doing that deeper work, we can still feel limited by life, but we don't really know why. So in tapping, we open up the subconscious to look at some of that stuff in a more detailed way. And then we really move into step 3, which is bringing love to every step of the process. And so you're going to see some tapping phrases right now, which actually help open up these steps. So the first tapping phrase is, I'm in a safe place to move slowly through this. I am taking my time and trusting the process, and it's safe to look at this more deeply. This is really powerful because when someone has the safety to slow down, that's when they can really look. Step 2, to get more detailed. So these are some questions that we'll be asking today. These are questions that you will ask your clients if you're sharing tapping or if you're practicing on yourself separately. The most painful part of the memory is, so we go into the memory, we get detailed with the memory. Now we go even deeper and we find the most painful part. Then we move into what I really needed in this memory. So just as a background, the memories are imprinting patterns that get passed down years and years later. So when we go into the memory and we heal it at the very root, the stuff that's happening in your life today also shifts. That's why we're getting detailed with the memories that first set up the pain and the struggle. The third thing that you will actually say in getting more detail is, I'm open to receiving. What do you need to receive? What did you need in that memory that would have helped you? That's going to help create more safety. That's going to help you soften. That's going to help you to know your worth. And that will help reprint the way you perceive reality and what you're really calling into your life. And then the love part, which is my favorite part, which is really affirming that you are loved and what you're worthy of. I'm worthy of in my life now. I feel myself receiving. So a big part about this is to really imagine what it's like to receive those things. As we bring that into our field and imagine what it's like to receive it, we're sending codes into the system vibrationally, energetically, emotionally of what it actually feels like to have the thing you want. When we can actually have a feeling system of what it is to receive it, now we're setting up a template in our energetic system and in our brain to know what that's like so that we can expect it, so that we know what it is when we're looking for it, and so that we can actually bring it into our life in our day-to-day life. And then this love is helping me heal. So really coding so much love into our field, helping us, this love helps us heal the things that we felt like we missed. And really spending a lot of time in receiving all of that love is going to help you transform it as well. Okay, so that is what we're going to do today. You guys can turn off the chat at any point if you want, if you feel distracted by it. I request that you only use the chat when I ask a question. That way you can stay in your process, because sometimes the typing can take you out of the process. If you feel distracted by it, you can always turn it off. You can make me big. You can have everyone tapping with you. It's really up to you how you want to move with that through the actual session. Okay, let me pop some music on for us. Beautiful. Okay, so to start with, we're just going to do a little meditation to get really clear within ourselves what we want to transform today. What is calling for our love? Okay, so let me pop some music on here. Okay, and Hannah, just let me know if that volume is okay. So we're just going to place one hand on our chest, one hand on our heart. We're going to take a deep inhale through the nose and hold the breath. And we're just going to feel what that feels like to hold the breath for a moment. And then we're going to slowly exhale the breath through the nose. On the next inhale, I want you to feel yourself filling up the belly with oxygen and then the heart, all in one breath. Hold the breath. Exhale slowly through the nose. Taking one more deep breath in, filling up the belly, then filling up the chest. Hold the breath right there. And as you're holding the breath, I want you just to feel into your life right now. I want you to feel what's happening in your life right now, what's needing your love right now. What needs your attention, what needs your presence. And then exhaling slowly through the nose. And we're going to just start by massaging underneath the collarbone right now. And I want you to tune into that part of your life that's needing love. That part that needs your attention. That part that needs healing. Or transformation or change. Tune into what that area is, and I want you to give yourself permission to feel any struggle that's there. So the way we clear things in tapping is we allow ourselves to feel it. And then I want you just to say out loud what it is that you're working on. I am working on, or I'm moving through, or I'm struggling with, or I need help with. Just say what it is that came through for you. And then tapping the center of the chest and just tuning into any of the emotions that have been coming up around this for you. Have you been feeling fear? Have you been feeling grief? Anger, resentment, shame? What's been coming up for you? What has this situation been making you feel? It's been making me feel, and just say whatever it is out loud for you. It's been making me feel, say that out loud. And then if you were to tune into the struggle, how hard it has been in your life, on a scale of 0 to 10, how intense has it been? With 10 being the highest. It is a, and just say the number out loud. And then just take a moment and write the number in the chat, the intensity level for you. And then come back to tapping. 7, 9, 10, 12, 10, 9, 7, 10, 7, 15. Some big numbers there. Great. 10, 10, 10, 10, 9, 7, 8. So tuning into that number of resistance for you. Take a long, deep breath and hold it in some love right now, and some compassion. Release a big sigh. Good. Take another big, deep breath into that. Hold it in some love. Release a big sigh. Good. Tapping the front of the wrist. I've been really struggling with, and say what it is out loud that you've been struggling with. Good. Giving it a voice. I've been really struggling with. Tell me what it is that you've been struggling with. And just feel how it's been affecting your life. Feel how it's been stressing you out or overwhelming you or creating struggle or resistance. And just hold it in some compassion right now. Hold it in some understanding of how hard it's been for you. And then release by taking a deep breath, release the big sigh. Good. Tapping the side of the ribs. I love and deeply accept myself. Even though I've been struggling with this. And just saying it out loud, voicing it out loud. Tapping the side of the wrist. It's possible I'm worthy of love here. It's possible I'm worthy of love here. Even though it's been really hard. Even though I've been blaming myself. Even though I've been thinking, and what have you been thinking? What's a limiting thought that's been coming up for you? I've been thinking, and just tell me that limiting thought out loud. Tapping the side of the thumb. I've been thinking, tell me what it is. Tapping the next finger, and that's been making me feel what? What's it been making you feel? And it's understandable, I feel stuck here. Tapping the middle finger, it's understandable, I've been feeling stuck. And just feel into that stuck energy right now. Feel what that stuck energy feels like in your body. If it had a texture, would it be heavy? Would it be prickly? Would it be oozy, festering, metallic, stiff? What would it feel like? What does it feel like in your body if it had a texture, this struggle? Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. It feels really. Tell me what that feels like. That texture there. Feel the texture. Lean into it. Let it be uncomfortable. And then imagine yourself wrapping all of your compassion around it. And then take a deep breath into that compassion right now and release a big sigh. Good. Tapping the little finger. I love and deeply accept myself. Tapping the side of the hand, even though I've been struggling with this. It's possible I'm worthy of love here. Just feel that possibility that you are worthy of that. It's possible I'm worthy of love here. Tapping the top of their head, around their head. No matter how long I've struggled with this, it's safe to look at this now. Saying these words out loud, It's safe to look at this now. No matter how much I've struggled with this, no matter how many times this is repeated in my life, take a deep breath in, release a big sigh. Oh, beautiful, tapping between the brows. No matter how many times I've struggled with this in my life. And I want you to take this moment to feel that limiting thought that's there. Tapping the temples and the emotions that come up with that thought. And the struggle that comes up when all of that's there. And I want you to tune into how many times you've thought that same thought or had a similar struggle in your life. In similar relationships, in similar dynamics. Tapping the cheeks. How many times can you look back and see that thought present? I've been struggling with this a long time. Tapping underneath the nose. I've been struggling with this a long time. Tapping underneath the lips. And I'm ready to heal this once and for all. No matter how long it's been with me. Tapping the center of the chest. No matter how long I've struggled with this. No matter how long it's been in my family line. So who else in your family line struggled with similar beliefs and thoughts? Who did you pick this up from? Was it someone who raised you? Was it an early school teacher? When and who did you get this from? Take a big, deep breath in, release a big sigh. Ah, good, you're doing so good. I forgive myself for carrying this with me and not knowing what to do with it. I forgive myself for not knowing what to do with this. Beautiful. Take a big, deep breath in, release a big sigh. Ah, good. Tapping the side of the ribs. I forgive myself for struggling with this. And I'm ready to shift it now. Good. Okay. Give me a little thumbs up if you're ready to go a little bit deeper with me now. Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. So I want you to tap the side of the wrist. And I want you just to tune in to the earliest memory that you have of thinking that same thought and feeling a similar way. So sometimes we can't go all the way back to childhood because we have numbed out patches of our life, but try to find the earliest memory. Even if it was last year, that's fine, but try to go back as early as possible. Find that earlier memory right now where you remember thinking and feeling a similar way. What are the feelings that have been coming up? What's that limiting belief or thought that you're carrying? Tapping the side of the thumb. Finding that memory, finding that moment. It reminds me of, and just say out loud what it reminds you of from earlier in your life. It reminds me of, say what that is. Tapping the next finger, it reminds me of. Tapping the middle finger, and I've been struggling with that for a long time. Take a big deep breath in, release a big sigh. Beautiful. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. And as you tune into that earlier memory right now, as you give yourself permission to look into the details of that memory, and by details, I mean frame by frame of what was happening. And I want you to describe, as if you're watching it in a movie right now, in high definition, what was happening, where were you, what was the setting, how old were you? Tell me it as if you're telling the story right now. I was, this is what happened, this is where I was, who else was involved, what did they do? Just tell me the story right now. Tapping the inside of the little finger. And the most painful part about that memory was what? Tell me what was the most painful part for you. Tapping the side of the hand. It's safe to look at this painful part. Say that out loud. I'm in a safe place to look at this. Good, good. We're right there. I'm right there with you. The most painful part was, tell me what that is out loud. Tapping the top of the head. The most painful part was, say what that is again. Tapping between the brows, and I want you to tune in to that painful part, and I want you to imagine yourself in that story right now as if it's happening. As if you're in that body of that earlier version of you. And I want you to feel what that felt like in your body in that time. How did your body feel? Is there a texture that you're feeling in your body? Is there a shutdown in any area? Tapping the temples. It felt like, describe what it felt like when that most painful part happened. That's when I lost my power. That's when I started doubting myself. Tapping the cheeks. That's when I started believing what? What did you start believing when that happened? That made me feel, what did it make you feel? And it's understandable I shut down. Good, you're doing so good. It's understandable I shut down in that moment. You wouldn't believe what happened. Tapping underneath the nose. You wouldn't believe what happened. Say that out loud. Tapping underneath the lips. And I've been struggling ever since. I've been feeling, what have you been feeling ever since around this topic? And just let yourself feel that right now. Imagine all of the compassion, all of the understanding right there in that moment for what was happening. Take a long, slow, deep breath into that love in that moment. Big, deep breath, big sigh. You're doing so good. I love and deeply accept myself. Even in this pain. Even in this struggle to let go. Even in this contraction. I am worthy of love. Even in this, and just describe what it was feeling like. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of love here. And I forgive myself for thinking I wasn't. I am worthy of love here. Take a long, slow, deep breath in. Fill it all up with some compassion. Release a big sigh. Good, you're doing so good. I love and deeply accept myself. Exactly as I am. And what I really needed in that situation was what? What did you need in that situation that would have helped? I really needed, tell me what that is. Good. What would have helped you feel supported, safe, loved, inspired, encouraged, held? What did you need that would have helped you in that particular moment of pain? Tapping the side of the ribs. I really needed. I really needed. I really needed. Say what that is. And it's possible I was worthy of that. I really needed, say what that is out loud. And it's possible I was worthy of that. Beautiful. Take a big, deep breath in, release a big sigh. Well done. We're moving through the hard part right now. You're doing so good. Tapping the side of the wrist. I really needed, say what it is out loud. and I'm worthy of, say what that is. And then go ahead and just write in the chat area what you needed in that situation that would have helped you. And then come back to tapping on your wrist. I needed more love. Tapping the side of the thumb, I needed to be understood. Tapping the next finger, I needed compassion. Tapping the next finger, I needed protection. I needed someone to hold me. I needed someone to comfort me. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger, I needed guidance and reassurance. I needed emotional support. Tapping the little finger, I needed safety. Tapping the side of the hand, trust. Someone to stand up for me. I needed to be heard. Tapping the top of the head, validated. Attention. I needed respect. I needed to be understood from my mum. To be acknowledged and heard. I really needed, and say what you needed out loud. What did you need? I really needed, say what that is out loud again. Word. Giving it a voice right now. I really needed, say it again. Tapping between the brows, but I didn't get it. Tapping the temples, and I really needed it. Tapping the cheeks. I really needed, say what you needed out loud, voice it out loud, you've got this. Full permission to speak your needs right now. I really needed. Tapping underneath the nose, and I am worthy of that. And I was worthy of it back then. Tapping underneath the lips, even though I didn't get it. It's possible I was still worthy of it. And I forgive myself for thinking I wasn't. Tapping the center of the chest. And I'm open to maybe forgiving who? For not knowing better. Okay. It's possible they didn't know another way. It's possible something bad happened to them as a child too. It's possible they never got the love they needed. And we've all been struggling with this. We've all been struggling with this. And I just want to let it go. I just want to let it go. I want to be free. Big, deep breath in, release a big sigh. Good. You're doing so good. I'm forgiving myself. And I'm open to forgiving them too. Okay, so it doesn't make it right what happened, but holding on to all this pain isn't helping. I just want to be free. Big, deep breath into all of that right now. Let it go with a big sigh. Good. Tapping the side of the ribs. I just want to be free. And I'm forgiving who? Who are you forgiving for not knowing better? I'm letting go of the psychic tug of war between me and who? Who has been involved or what has been involved that's creating a lot of psychic energy in the background. Tapping the side of the wrist so that I can finally be free. Big, deep breath in. Feel into any holding that's there that wants to be released right now. Any resistance to letting go, hold that in compassion right now, knowing that as you hold on to stuff, it's draining your life force. And by letting it go, you get your power back. So take a deep breath into all that holding right now, all of that resistance, all of the yeah, but you wouldn't believe, this is so hard, I have to convince, I have to prove, I have to punish, anything that's there, all of that's draining your life force. Hold it in love right now. Let the universe figure out the details. Take a deep breath in, release a big sigh. Good. Tapping the side of the thumb. I get to move on now. Tapping the next finger, and I'm worthy of, and tell me what you're worthy of receiving now. Beautiful. Tapping the next finger. Okay. Are you ready to let that come into your life right now? You let it to welcome what you needed in that situation so that you can heal it once and for all. Give me a little thumbs up if you are. Yeah? Okay, beautiful. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to tune in again to the most painful part, the part where you didn't get that need met. And as you're in that most discomfort that's right there, just be with it just for a moment while we shift it. Let yourself feel the discomfort just for a moment. Let yourself be in it just for a moment. Lean on the edge of it. And as if you're in that moment, as if you're in that discomfort, as if you're feeling it all, as if it's happening right now in that moment, imagine yourself opening your eyes right now. And you look off into the corner of the frame, and your higher self is standing there with all of their love, with all of their compassion, with all of their wisdom, with all of their empathy, watching what just took place. And I want you to see your higher self with all of their benevolent love and compassion walk over to you in that moment. And I want you to feel their love coming closer and closer to you. And they get down on your level and they wrap you in the biggest, warmest embrace. Feel them hugging you in all of the love, all of the protection, all of the safety, all of the care, all of the understanding that you needed in that moment. And feel your higher self right there in that moment with you. And take a deep breath into all that love right now. Let it move and touch and open and heal any part that you've been holding on to. Take a deep breath into that love right now. Good. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. I'm receiving this love now. I'm receiving this support now. I'm allowing the love and support and protection in. Feel what that feels like to allow that into that moment. Feel what it feels like to allow all of that support to meet you right there in the presence. Feel all of the presence right there in that moment with you. And then take a deep breath into feeling it hold you right now. Release a big sigh. Beautiful. Tapping the little finger. I'm receiving this love and support now. I am receiving this love and support now. Because I'm worthy of it. Tapping the side of the hand, I am receiving this love and support now. It's right here, right now, in this moment. Feel into any part of you in that memory that doesn't know if it's safe to receive it, doesn't know if it can allow it in, doesn't know if it can trust it. Just feel into any resistance to fully allowing that love to enter your life. And hold any resistance, any hiding, any protection there in love. It is safe to receive this love from my higher self. Take a long, slow, deep breath in, release a big sigh. Good, you're doing so good. Tapping the top of the head, and in that moment, your higher self is looking at you, and they have a message for you. They gaze at you in the eyes. They look at you with all of their love in that moment. What do they want to say to you in that moment? They're telling me, what are they telling you in that moment? Tapping between the brows, they're telling me, what are they saying to you in that moment? My higher self is telling me, say what that is. Tapping the temples. My higher self is telling me what is the message from your higher self? Tapping the cheeks. It's possible I can trust this message. And then just go ahead and write what that message is into the chat area. This message is telling me that you've got this. Tapping underneath the nose, saying these out loud. You're more powerful than you know. You are worthy. You are seen, loved, and understood. I am worthy. It wasn't the right time. You are worthy. You are always supported. I am God's blessed child. I am a joy to be around. Tapping the chest, I'm loved. I've got everything I need in me. Saying these out loud. You are a loved part of nature and the universe. It's safe to find and go my own way. I am a miracle because I give so much light. My higher self is telling me, say what it is out loud. Good, tapping the front of the ribs. And it's possible, it's true. I can trust myself. I am worthy of love. Tapping the side of the ribs. I'm worthy of respect. I can move forward now. Tapping the side of the wrist. My higher self is telling me it's safe to be in my power. Tapping the side of the thumb. It's safe to be in my power. Yeah, I like that one. Tapping the next finger. It's safe to be in my full power. Tapping the next finger. And it's possible. It can be fun and easy. Because I'm worthy of that. I'm worthy of this being easy now. Take a big, deep breath in. Release a big sigh. Ah, good. I'm worthy of this being easy. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. I'm worthy of this feeling natural. Because this is who I truly am. Tapping the little finger. And I can trust myself now. Good. Tapping the side of the hand. I can trust myself now. Woo! So I want you to imagine what your life would look like if this was no longer an issue. What would be happening in your world if this was no longer an issue? Tapping the top of the head. I want you just to imagine and visualize what is happening, and I want you to tell me it out loud. What's happening in your life when this is no longer an issue? I am. What are you doing? What are you creating? How are you moving through reality? Beautiful. And when you're doing that, what positive emotions do you feel? What does it help you feel? Do you feel happy? Do you feel peaceful? Do you feel inspired? Courageous? Do you feel strong? What are the top 3 positive emotions that you feel when you allow yourself to trust this higher message? When you move forward with this trust, tapping between the brows, it makes me feel, tell me the top 3 positive emotions out loud. Tapping the temples, and I can feel that now. And I'm ready for that now. And it is time now to do this. Big, deep breath into that possibility right now. Ah, beautiful. I've got this. I'm moving forward now. And this is who I truly am. This helps me feel what? What are the top 3 positive emotions? Go ahead and write them in the chat. Tapping underneath the nose. I feel light. I feel bright. I feel expansive. Tapping underneath the lips. Safe. Loved. Powerful. Successful. Connected, supported, tapping the chest, happy, content, peaceful, vibrant, creative, grateful. It helps me feel what? When you fully trust yourself in this. Beautiful, and I want you to imagine all of that expanding, expanded by 100% right now. Really expand how good that can feel. Lean into all those positive sensations, how that feels in your body when you're allowing it. Feel it as if it's happening right now. And take a long, deep breath into all that positivity. And then release a big sigh. Beautiful. Now tap all over your body, and I want you to say 10 affirmations out loud now around who you get to be, how you get to show up, how much fun you get to have doing it, what you're ready for. 10 affirmations out loud all over your body, waking up your whole body. You tap over every vibrating particle of your body now, reminding them of the truth, reminding every cell of the truth right now. Saying those affirmations out loud. You got this. Keep going. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. What else are you ready and worthy of? Beautiful. Take a big, deep breath in. And relax with a sigh. Now we're going to do a little exercise together for 2 minutes. It is called laughter tapping. And you all have permission right now to unmute yourself. And we're going to just laugh for 2 minutes for no reason. And if you have trouble laughing, all you need to do is just make the sound ho, ho, ha, he, he. Okay? So let's see if we can do this. Let me unmute everyone. All right. You have permission now to click unmute on your audio. If you can unclick unmute. Does that work there? No?
Okay, there we go.
Okay, there you go. You got it? All right. Deep breath in, bring your arms out wide, hold your breath. Imagine yourself holding a ball of light all around you right now. It's that ball of light. Keep the breath held. Exhaling slowly, bringing your hands to your chest and belly. Taking another deep breath in, feel your whole energy field filling up with light right now. Hold the breath. Hold all that light in your field. Know the power of your breath, the power of your spirit to fill up the energy. Feel all your field filling up with light. Exhale slowly. Taking one more deep breath in. Fill every cell up with light right now in the breath. Inhale. As you hold your breath, visualize what it is you're creating, how you're moving forward in your life, what you are now choosing in your reality. Yes. See it as if it's happening. See the fun, see the joy, see the ease, the grace, the power. Exhale slowly. Rubbing your hands together. Taking a deep breath in. Hold the breath, placing your hands over your eyes. Place some pressure there. Feeling yourself returning to the full power of your body right now. Exhale, let it out. Once more, rub your hands together. Take a deep inhale. And then hold the breath, place it on any area that needs light and love right now. Feel everything stabilizing inside your energy field. Everything stabilizing right now. Exhale slowly. And from this space, placing one hand on your heart, feeling into a message that you take with you from this experience. If there's a message that you're taking with you right now, what is that message? And then tuning into the number on a scale of 0 to 10. What did you start with, and has the number gone down? What is the number now? And then go over to the chat area and just write down what that message is. And write down what number you started with and what number you went to. Beautiful to see these numbers going down, 10 to a 3, 10 to a 6. Yeah. Go forth and create, 10 to a 6, 10 to a 6. I'm whole and complete, 10 to a 2, 8 to a 4. Connected in safety. I cried a lot, good to release. 10 to a 0, beautiful. 5, 10 to a 3. 10, now 0, beautiful. Beautiful, 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 my loves. So, as a way to integrate for your practice today, you can take some time to write in your journal. If you have a journal, it's a really great way to write down your discoveries, to place a little note on your pillow about what you learned. Read it before you go to sleep, first thing when you wake up, and that will help integrate the experience as well. So we do these sessions once a month, and if you like it, come back. We'll be sharing emails with you so that you can see what's happening. There's videos, there's ways to follow me on Instagram. And usually these are just free to the community. And last time we did one, someone reached out to me and they said, I'd really love to do a donation for the live tapping. And I was like, well, we do that for free. And he was like, you should make a donation button. And so if you feel inspired, I'll have my assistant just put a donation button there. If you feel like you want to share any of your financial contribution to this movement, you're more than welcome, and you're always welcome here. This is a community space for us to grow together. Everyone is always welcome. Tell your friends, tell your family. This work really does help transformation, and it helps us lift into that next level. We do programs throughout the year as well. We do a certification program that happens once a year. It's a 6-month program. And we just had our students do the final call yesterday. So I'm celebrating with all you loves, all my graduates. You loves did so good. And we have some other programs coming up as well. So we'll keep you guys in the mix if you wanted to go deeper. There are ways. Once again, we're always grateful for your contributions, your love, for showing up on camera, for sharing your voice, and for being a part of this community and reminding us all that it's safe to process our emotions in community and to elevate together. So I'm loving you all. I'm sending you great big hugs. And next month we'll doing another topic. So I'll let you know what we're going to tap on. There'll be also a replay. You'll get a PDF so that you can check out the PDF, redo the replay. It'll be amazing what you discover. Every time you do a replay, you'll always discover more things. So you can go along as you like, as things arrive. There's always ways to tap. YouTube channel is filled with content as well. So we're here to support you, here to love you up, and we'll see you next month. All right. Bye for now. Ciao.